Ladies and gentlemen, hit subscribe to this channel right now. Democrats had Eric Holder. Democrats had Merrick Garland, both of whom were held in contempt of Congress for withholding documents, evidence, information Congress demanded simply to protect their respective Democratic presidents. This is a fact. Nobody can refute this. And we go from those attorney generals, Jeff Sessions, William Barr, to thank God Almighty, Pam Bondi, be here tonight, I would say 11 p.m. Eastern, for the live stream. But this is huge. Senate vote on Pam Bondi as U.S. Attorney General could put a Trump ally at Justice Department's helm. You'll hear from Pam Bondi in a second, but listen to this. This is the official vote to get Pam Bondi into the final vote, but listen to this.
On this vote, the yeas are 52, the nays are 46. The motion is agreed. The clerk will report the nomination.
"52 in favor and 46 trying to oppose Pam Bondi. She will become, by the time you probably hear this, she will become the next Attorney General of the United States of America. Thank God. And this is what Democrats are petrified of. Listen to this.
Senator, I haven't seen the file. I haven't seen the investigation. I haven't looked at anything. It would be irresponsible of me to make a commitment regarding anything without, you're a long practicing attorney, without looking at a file.
So you would need a factual,
Period.
Predicate to open an investigation of Jack Smith, is that right?
Not a summary by you sitting here. Yes, sir.
And not a summary by the president either, right?
What was the factual predicate to investigate an incoming president, President Trump, in 2016? A Steele dossier purchased by Clinton and the DNC? A investigation of George Papadopoulos, and we know now he was completely set up and framed. His book is on Amazon. You should read it. George Papadopoulos has an amazing book on Amazon or in the bookstores. What was the factual predicate? There was not a shred of evidence that Trump worked with another country. The evidence was literally purchased by his direct political rival, the Clinton campaign and the DNC, and they received an FEC fine because of it. They broke FEC laws. And then the same intelligence officials that Democrats used to worship, which they won't worship anymore, but they used to worship these people, came up with assessments, essentially hunches, that said, well, we think that possibly Trump could have. And then the Mueller probe found nothing, not one piece of evidence. The Mueller probe completely exonerated President Trump, but let's continue.
Absolutely.
So a summary by the president or his desire to investigate Jack Smith would not be enough for you to open an investigation of Jack Smith. Is that right?
I will look at the facts and evidence in any case. And sitting here today,
Senator,
72% of Americans
I only have
have
7
lost
minutes.
faith in the Department of Justice.
Sitting here today, are you aware of any factual predicate to investigate Jack Smith? Sitting here today, yes or no?
Senator, I will look at the facts and the circumstances.
You can't answer that question.
Brought to me.
You're not a part of the department yet. There's no worry about divulging
I'm sitting
law
here as a
enforcement
nominee.
sensitive information. So just tell us,
I'm
are you
sitting here as
aware?
a nominee.
Just tell us, are you aware of a factual predicate to investigate Jack Smith? Yes or no?
Senator, what I'm hearing on the news is
Are you aware of
horrible. Do I know if he committed a crime? I have not looked
You seem reluctant to answer a simple question. Let me ask you a different simple question. The president also wants to jail Liz Cheney. Sitting here today,
Liz Cheney was preemptively pardoned because she was accused of destroying government records, which is a felony, major crime, possibly classified data. That's what she was accused of in news reports. There was also exculpatory evidence withheld by that committee. That's why Biden preemptively pardoned, well, of course, everyone around him with the Hunter laptop, which the 51 intelligence officials lost their security clearances and all of that. I mean, Trump is he's unstoppable, thank God. But Liz Cheney was accused of and possibly withheld exculpatory evidence, but also possibly destroyed government records. That's where the indictment or prosecution would emanate from.
Are you aware of any factual basis to investigate Liz Cheney? Yes or no?
Senator, that's a hypothetical, and I'm not going to answer that
No,
question.
it's not hypothetical. I'm asking you, sitting here today, whether you are aware of a factual predicate to investigate Liz Cheney.
Senator, no one
Based
has
on what
asked
you
me
know.
to investigate Liz Cheney. That is a
The
hypothetical.
president has called for it publicly. You are aware of that, aren't you?
No one has asked me to investigate.
But the president
Liz.
has
We're
called-
also
the
worried
president-
about Liz Cheney,
the
Senator.
president has
You know what
called
we
for
should
this-
be worried about?
Ms. Bondi,
The
please
crime rate
answer
in
my
California.
question.
Why on earth are Democrats defending Liz Cheney? That's something the wonderful far left, morally superior, highly educated liberal Democratic Party pundits should ask.
California right now
You
is
are
through
aware,
the roof.
Ms. Bondi.
Your
my-
robberies
Ms.
are
Bondi,
87%
my
higher
question-
than the national
my question
average.
is this.
That's what I
My
want to
question
be
is this.
focused on, Senator.
Do you have the
If I'm
power to
confirmed
say
as
no to the
Attorney
president?
General.
And what you're suggesting today by your non-answer is you don't have the independence to say no to the president. So let me ask you a different question.
Who on earth said no to Biden? And was Biden aware that anyone would be responding to him in the first place?
Also requires you, if you're going to be a good attorney general, to be able to tell hard truths to the president. So my questions now are, can you tell hard truths to the president?
What hard truths did Merrick Garland tell Biden? What hard truths did Eric Holder tell President Obama? What hard truths Merrick Garland literally tried to imprison Trump before Trump won the popular vote.
So let me start with an easy truth that you could speak to the president. Can you tell him that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election? Can you say that? Do you have the independence to say that? Do you have the...
I think President Trump, everybody around Trump, I think the country knows this. We've had high inflation, endless wars, crime, terribly botched natural disasters. We've seen all of this. So, I mean, we've experienced 4 years. It was such a terrible presidency that even George Clooney wrote that Biden should step down after one debate performance for the vice president, who, by the way, polled lower than Biden. And Democrats did the same thing to Bernie Sanders. They don't have functioning primaries.
The gravitas, the stature, the intestinal fortitude to say, Donald Trump, you lost the 2020 election. Can you tell us that here today?
Senator, what I can tell you is I will never play politics. You're trying to engage me in a gotcha. I
No,
won't
I'm just
do it.
asking you a simple
I
question.
won't play
If you can
politics
speak truth
with any
to
ongoing
power. So
investigation,
let me ask you another.
like you did
let me-
leaking your
let me ask
colleague
you-
Devin Nunes's memo.
If you can't answer the question, let me ask you a different.
Leaking potentially classified data from Devin Nunes's memo. That's what Pam Bondi just told the senator.
Should be a simple truth, not a hard one. Was there massive to
Ongoing
power? So let me ask you
investigation,
another.
like you did
let me-
leaking your
let me ask
colleague
you,
Devin Nunes's memo.
If you can't answer the question,
So let's listen to that again really quickly.
lost the 2020 election. Can you tell us that here today?
Senator, what I can tell you is I will never play politics. You're trying to engage me in a gotcha. I
No, I'm
won't
just
do it.
asking you a simple
I
question.
won't play
If you can
politics
speak truth
with any
to
ongoing
power. So
investigation,
let me ask you another.
like you did
let me-
leaking your
let me ask
colleague
you-
Devin Nunes's memo.
If you can't answer the question, let me ask you a different, what should be a simple truth, not a hard one. Was there massive fraud affecting the result of the 2020 election? Yes or no?
So Democrats play the usual semantic philosophy of language course hilarious game. Was there massive misconduct? Was there widespread massive misconduct? We know there was misconduct, but was it widespread and massive, and did it have the ability to impact? Anyway, they don't have functioning primaries. Attorney General Pam Bondi knows this. She knows everyone who committed a crime against Trump for the past 8 years. There were people who committed crimes against Trump. Hit subscribe. Be here for the live stream. Thank you.